In every election cycle, politicians spend more time attacking opposing candidates and claiming to know what the other side wants than they do talking about what they're going to do. Are you hoping that this is the year when you'll finally hear some common sense answers from even one politician who understands that real world problems require real world solutions and is willing to discuss those solutions to problems that actually matter? I'm Dr. Brian Keene, and I'm running for Congress in Idaho's Congressional District 2. In this video, I'm going to discuss political and moral extremism and ask for your help fighting back against the extremists and Washington insiders who are destroying our country with fear, hatred, chaos, and confusion. If you like what you're hearing, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and share this video with your friends on social media. Although I'm running for Congress, I'm not actually a politician. I'm a scientist. I've earned undergraduate degrees in mathematics and biology and hold a PhD and 2 postdoctoral certifications. I'm going to use one of my favorite diagrams from math and science to help explain extremism, the Venn diagram. If you remember learning about the Venn diagram in elementary school, you probably remember that if you tried to classify anything, plants, animals, marbles, blocks, or even people, into groups, people or things that were obviously completely different could easily be placed into one group or the other, but that many of the things or people you were sorting could actually fit a little bit in both groups. This is even more true if you're only looking at people and not things, because people want basically the same things. Political parties, churches, and businesses are always competing to get more voters, more followers, or more customers. So they always want you to think that only they can meet your needs and that the other guys are going to hurt you or want something completely different than what you want. And sometimes they're willing to lie to get you to trust them and not the other guys. So Republicans want you to think that Democrats want completely different things than they want. So they'll try to tell you lies about Democrats, and Democrats want you to think that Republicans want completely different things than they want. So they'll try to tell you lies about Republicans. I'll tell you right now that you should never believe anything a Republican says about a Democrat or anything a Democrat says about a Republican, partly because one side doesn't even know what the other side wants, but mostly because both sides will tell you lies about the other side. Of course, most Republicans have some friends who are Democrats, and most Democrats have some friends who are Republicans. So they actually know that Republicans and Democrats have a lot of things in common, but they still think that they're more different than they are the same. But that's not true. In reality, they're mostly the same. The American Communities Project published a study in November 2025 in which they found very little difference between the two political parties in identifying some of their top concerns. Regardless of political party, people identified the economy as their primary concern, identifying problems such as inflation, salaries, tariffs, and the cost of living as primary issues. Regardless of political party, affordability of such things as housing and medical care were high on the list, as were concerns about taxes, access to health care, homelessness, immigration, gun violence, abortion, inequality, and government corruption. Overwhelmingly, there was more of a difference in how an individual ranked their various concerns based on their age, where they lived, or their educational level than there was based on their political party. Effective governance should focus on meeting these needs with bipartisan support, since these are the issues that the majority of Americans are concerned about regardless of political party. In more direct terms, the majority of Americans agree that we should work on these issues. Yet the two major political parties seem more focused on creating conflict, confusion, and chaos by arguing about issues that the majority of Americans aren't even concerned about. That's why I'm proposing a legislative accountability amendment to the Constitution and drafted the co-sponsorship clause highlighted in yellow to require bipartisan sponsorship to even get a bill considered in Congress. Further, the page limitation clause highlighted in green will require that bills be limited to a single subject to encourage focused negotiation and discourage pork barrel amendments, while the clause highlighted in blue requiring that the entirety of the bill be read on the floor immediately preceding the vote will combat the tendency to alter bills after they have been negotiated, which can further create an atmosphere where common sense bills are heard and passed immediately, while less desirable bills may be tabled indefinitely or defeated immediately. If you'd like to take time to read the entire text of the proposed amendment, now would be a good time to pause the video and do so. I'm Dr. Brian Keene, and I'm ready to serve Idaho, to listen and to lead. Together, let's work to build a brighter future for Idaho families, for the state of Idaho, and for the United States of America. Help send me to Washington, D.C. Be sure to visit my website, keeneforidaho.com. And again, thank you so much for your time.